everybody. Yoko Double 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 12-14 Toronto Blue Jays taking on the 13-14 Boston Red Sox. This is game one of a three-game series between the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Who's going to take game one? Will it be Toronto? Will it be the Red Sox? We're going to find out in 9 innings time. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. Leading off, the right fielder, Alex Rios. Batting second, the shortstop, David Eckstein. Batting third, the third baseman, Scott Rowland. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Vernon Wells. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Aaron Hill. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Lyle Overbay. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Sharon Stewart. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Adam Lind. And batting ninth, the catcher, Greg Zahn. On the mound for the Red Sox, it is John Lister. Lister will come into today's game with a 4.63 ERA. He's got 3 wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 35 innings, allowed 39 hits, 31 strikeouts, and 11 walks. We are here at historic Fenway Park, which gives nothing to strikeouts, a +4 to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Alex Rios makes his way up into the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts it off. He's batting a .374, and we're ready for the first pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1 at the ballpark. Anytime you roll the @ symbol, you'll resolve the play using the ballpark card. So in this case, we're going to resolve the play using the Fenway Park card. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a power hit to crisp. On a 1-2, it's a single. 3-8, double. 9, it's a triple. 10-15, it's a home run. It's a 6, and that's going to be good for a double.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall, and one hops the wall.
And it's a one-hopper off the wall, and with that, Rios will lead off with a double. So let's take a look at the starting defense for the Boston Red Sox. We got Ramirez out there in left field. Chris will be in center. Drew will be at right. Going around the horn, we've got Lau on third. Laurie will be at short. Peoria playing second. York Hills will be on first. Vertek will be behind the plate. And Lester will be on the mound. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime the 20 comes up on the strategy die, it is a pickoff attempt. The infield is at normal depth. On a 1, it's a balk. 2-5, it's a pickoff. 6 is a pickoff error. It's a 10. Nothing happens. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout. On a 3, the 9 is too high. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a base hit out there into center field. And with that, Rios will advance to third. He'll go from second to home on a +1. That is a 6. On a 6 or greater, runners advance. There is no throw. And with that, the Blue Jays will strike first. It's 1-0 Toronto on an RBI single by David Eckstein. Eckstein will hold at first.
Everybody clap your hands.
Scott Rowland is up. Rowland, first time we're seeing him actually in the lineup. He's played in 7 games, 11 at-bats, 2 runs, and 1 RBI. So no average just yet. Strategy roll is a 19. And the Blue Jays are holding off the infield is at double play depth. And with that, it is a 4-1. Column 4, row 1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park, and that's going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. It's a double to Crisp.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
And a one-hopper off the wall. And Rowland will go to second. Eckstein goes to third. And the runners will hold as Crisp throws it into Laurie. And with that, we've got runners on second and third with no outs, and Vernon Wells is up. Infield is playing in, and when the infield plays in, the range is a -2, and the base run rating on third is a -2. Wells batting a .272. Strategy roll is a 6. Blue Jays holding off on strategy, and that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Double question mark, single, and a 1 to 10. Now, double question mark off of the picture card. When you roll for the double and the double question mark comes up as your result, you do follow that. And that is the only thing you follow within the brackets is the double question mark. It's a single and a 1 to 10. The 8 is in range. 1 run will score. Rowing goes to third. On balls hit to S1, he would advance from second to home on a base run rating of a 2 to 6. That is a 2. It's a 2-run RBI single by Vernon Wells. And the Blue Jays take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Infield goes to double play depth, and when the infield goes to double play depth, the range is a -1. Ground double play rating will get a +1, and the base run rating on third gets a -1. Strategy roll is a 17. It is a sac play. So on a bunt rating of a 5, it's a 16 to 19 for the bunt. 17 is in range, so it is a sac play. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a split result. Now, split result off of the picture card. You're going to take a look at the batter, and you'll see if the batter is left or right-handed. In this case, Aaron Hill is a right-handed batter. So on the picture card, you're going to take a look at the right-hand side of the slash. That is a blank, and it is a successful sac bunt. It's bunted up the middle to Lester on a 1. We take 1d20, roll it against the bunt on the bunt rating chart. Bunt rating of a 4, and that'll make it on a 1 to 16. The 11 is in range, and that is good for a sac bunt. So 1 out, but Wells will advance to second. The infield goes back to normal depth, and Lyle Overbay is up. Overbay batting a .294. Strategy roll is a 7, and the Blue Jays are standing pat. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a blank. And we consider that a blank right now because John Lester has not faced his allotted number of batters. And that is his tired rating on that one. 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball to Laurie. He'll make the catch. And let's take a look here. And it says advance on a roll of a 6. And with that, no. Runners on advancing balls hit to the shortstop pitcher if the BR of the runner beats the D6. That is a 3. The die roll is a 6. The out is at first. So 2 outs and a runner on second, and whenever you have 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Sharon Stewart batting a .213. Strategy roll is an 8. And the Blue Jays are standing pat, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 7. The 6 is in range. Struck him out. So 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Blue Jays. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Leading off the center fielder, Coco Crisp. Batting second, the second baseman, Dustin Peoria. Batting third, the designated hitter, David Ortiz. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Kevin Yorkills. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Mike Laurie. Batting 7th, the right fielder, J.D. Drew. Batting 8th, the catcher, Jason Varitek. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Jed Laurie. On the mound for the Blue Jays, it is Roy Halladay. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 4.24. He's got 3 wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 34 innings, allowed 35 hits, 37 strikeouts, and 8 walks. And with that, Coco Crisp makes his way up into the batter's box. He's batting a .257, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 12 is too high. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball to Eckstein. He'll make the catch. Throws it over to Overbay for out number 1. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Toronto Blue Jays. Lind would be out there in left field. Wells will be in center. Rios at right. Going around the horn, we've got Rowan on third. Eckstein will be at short. Hill will be on second. Overbay is at first. Zahn will be behind the plate. And Halladay will be on the mound. Dustin Peoria batting a .299. And here is the pitch. 1 out, nobody on. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, possible error on a ground ball. Now, on an error check, that is the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? It's a pop-up to Overbay. His error range is on a 1-3. No error there. Overbay makes the catch and puts 2 away. David Ortiz, Big Poppy, makes his way up into the batter's box. He's batting a .263, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-9. The 20 is too high. 4-3, column 4, row 3. Fly ball back there. Wells will get underneath it. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Blue Jays retire the Red Sox in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 1, it's Blue Jays 3, Red Sox nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Adam Lind, Greg Zahn, and Alex Rios due up for the Blue Jays. Adam Lind, first time we're seeing him. First time we're seeing him start in the lineup. He's been in 4 games, had 7 at-bats, no average just yet. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-12. Remember, we add 4 to the walk range. That is a 1-12. And the 12 is in range, and that'll be good for a walk. And with that, Lind will trot on down to first. Greg Zahn is up. Zahn batting a 182. Infield goes to double play depth, and here is the pitch. Blue Jays standing pat, and that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 14 is too high. 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's a ground ball to Peoria. He'll make the catch. We'll check for double play rating. That is a 0. On balls hit to second base with a right-handed batter, the pivot will be the shortstop. So Laurie is a 0. So with everything, that makes it a 1. We take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. That is a 5. And the rule says if the roll is greater than the runner at first, it is a force out at second. So Lynn will get forced out. And Zahn is on by fielder's choice. So we go to the top of the order with 1 out, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 9, and Alex Rios will make his way back up into the box. He's 1 for 1 today with a double and a run scored. Blue Jays are going to stand pat on strategy. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, possible error on a throw. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, ground ball to Peoria. His error range is a 2. That is a 3, so no error there. We'll check for double play rating. That is a 3. Zahn will get forced out this time. And with that, it is a 4. With that, Rios on by fielder's choice.
Everybody clap your hands.
David Eckstein is up. He's 1 for 1 today with a run and an RBI. Strategy rolls a 1. It is a steal attempt. So 16 for the stolen base rating. It's a 19. He got caught stealing. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yorkills, and Mike Lau due up for the Red Sox. Ramirez batting a .317, and that'd be a 4-5. Column 4, row 5, that is a blank. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, and that's going to be a single out there to Wells. And with that, Ramirez will lead off with a base hit. Kevin Yorkill is up to bat. He's batting a .306. Strategy roll is a 14. Red Sox are going to stand pat. The infield's at double play depth. And the pitch, and that'll be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Home run chance on a 1-19. The 2 is in range. We need a 17 or less. It's a 4. It's a home run by Kevin Yorkills.
Fly ball. Deep to left field. Looking down the line. Gone. Towering fly ball.
And it's a fly ball down the left field side. That ball is high. It clears the green monster. And it's a 2-run home run for Kevin Yorkills. And the Red Sox cut the lead down to 2. It's his 5th home run of the replay. And they're looking, and the fans out there in the stands over there in the Green Monster, they're looking for where that ball went. Mike Lau batting a .137, nobody on, no outs. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. The 20 is too high. And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. Double star 6, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Wells. And that'll be out number 1. J.D. Drew is up. He's batting a .266. Drew, and that's going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-9. The 6 is in range. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Jason Vertek is up. Vertek is batting a .239, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. And that's going to be a fly ball back there to Wells. He'll get underneath it. Makes the catch, and that will... Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and none left on for the Red Sox. After 2, it's Blue Jays 3, Red Sox 2. We go to the top of the third. It'll be David Eckstein, Scott Rowland, and Vernon Wells due up for the Blue Jays. David Eckstein is 1 for 1 today with a run and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-3. That is a 3. Struck him out. Scott Rowland, 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. Whose error range are we checking? And that's going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Fly ball back there. Drew will get underneath it. His error range is on a 1 to 5. It's a 20. No error there. And with that, 2 quick outs. 2 up, 2 down. And here comes Vernon Wells. 1 for 1 today with 2 RBIs. Wells, 1-3. Column 1, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. Line drive down the third baseline. Lau will get that. Throws it over to York Hills. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Red Sox retire the Blue Jays in order. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Jed Laurie, Coco Crisp, and Dustin Peoria due up for the Red Sox. Jed Laurie batting a 194, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6. Column 3, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. Whose error range are we checking? And that's going to be a 5-5. Column 5, row 5, double star 1. That's going to be a ground ball to Overbay. His error range is on a 1 to 3. It's a 3. That is an error. It's a 1-base error. And with that, Jed Laurie will get on by an E3. So, runner on, and that's the first error committed in this game. We go to the top of the order. No outs, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 12. The infield is at double play depth. And Coco Crisp is up. He's 0 for 1 today. And here is the pitch. Coco Crisp, 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 13 is too high. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. And that's going to be a base hit out there into left field. Smacks a blooper there. Lynn will come in to scoop it up. Laurie will go to second. The question is, he will advance from first to third on a -3 when singles are hit out there to S7. And a 2 to 5, if the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the runner will advance. Otherwise, they hold. Base run rating is a 2. The base run rating is a 0. The die roll is a 2. And Laurie will hold. No advancement by the runners. So, no outs, runners on first and second, and that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria. Peoria is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 12. And the Red Sox are going to stand pat, and that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a range play. Now, on a range play, we check the first number of the defense, and whose range are we checking? It's going to be a 6-3. It's a single to Hill. His range is a 2. It's a 2. He'll make the catch. Laurie will go to third. We're going to check for double play. That is a 0. +1 from Eckstein. +1 from the double play. That's a +2. Ground double play rating is a 5. When balls are hit to the second base, the shortstop becomes the pivot there. It is a 4-6-3 double play. The 5 is in range. So Laurie will go to third on the double play there. David Ortiz is up. He's 0 for 1. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 9, the 11 is too high. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Ground ball down the first baseline. Overbay will scoop it up. Holiday comes over. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go after 3. It's Blue Jays 3, Red Sox 2. We go to the top of the 4th. It's going to be Aaron Hill, Lyle Overbay, and Sharon Stewart due up for the Blue Jays. Aaron Hill batting a .313, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. And that will be a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add plus 10 to the range and plus 4. So we're adding 14. That makes it a 1 to 36. That is a 3. And that is a walk. And with that, Hill will trot on down to first. That's going to bring up Lyle Overbay. Overbay is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 15. The Blue Jays are going to stand pat on strategy. The infield is at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball to the shortstop, to Laurie. His range is a 2. It's a 5. Laurie can't make it. The ball just skips right off the tip of his glove. But he'll quickly recover, scoops it up, and all runners are safe. Hill will go to second. He'll advance from first to third on a base run rating of a 5 and the 6. That is a 3, and he will hold. Laurie is 0 for 1 on range plays. Sharon Stewart is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 6. The infield is at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1 to 15, the 2 is in range. And that'll load the bases. So Adam Lind is up. Lind walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 4. Blue Jays are going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, at the ballpark. So we're going to resolve this play on the Fenway Park card. And that is a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Ground ball down the third baseline to Laurie, who'll make the catch. And will the defense try for a double play first to home? No. So the out is at first. Hill will score. Overbay to third. Stewart will go to second. They'll get Adam out at first. And with that, it's 1 out, and the Blue Jays have a 1-run lead. Strategy roll is an 18. Greg Zahn up. They're going to go for a squeeze play here. And with that, Greg Zahn is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Home run, a successful squeeze attempt. Only play is on the batter at first. So with that, it is a good bunt on a 1 to 8. The 4 is with it. The 8, it was in range. It's bunted up the middle to the pitcher. Another run will score. It's 5-2. Blue Jays with a 3-run lead and 2 outs. With 2 outs and runners on, we do add a +1 to the base run rating, and we go to the top of the order. It's Alex Rios. Rios is 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 10. And that'll be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Strikeout on a 1 to 10. The 6 in range. Struck him out. So 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Blue Jays will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Manny Ramirez, Kevin Yorkills, and Mike Lau due up for the Red Sox. Manny Ramirez is 1 for 1 with a run scored, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. It's a strikeout. On a 1 to 13, the 14 is too high. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Fly ball back there. Rios underneath it. Makes the catch, and that puts 1 away. Kevin Yorkills is 1 for 1 today with a home run, a run, and 2 RBIs. 1 out, nobody on. Infield at normal depth, and that's going to be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. It's a strikeout on a 1-11. The 4 is in range. Struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Mike Lau. Lau is 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2. Possible error on the play. So it's a possible error. Whose error range are we checking? That'll be a 4-5. Column 4, row 5. Double star 4. That's a ground ball to Eckstein. His error range is on a 1-11. That is a 1. And that is another error. This time it's an E6. As he boots the ball. So with that, Lau is safe by an E6. First error he's allowed in the replay. J.D. Drew is up. Drew is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 17. And that'll be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-2. Column 6, row 2. It's a base hit to Lynn. Lau will go to second. Die roll is a 6, and all runners will hold. Jason Vertek is up. Vertek is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 5. And the pitch. And that'll be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. Home run on a 1-8. The 17 is too high. Remember, it's a split result. Vertek is batting left because of he's being a switch hitter. So he's batting left. It's a home run. Range for the home run is on a 1-8. 17 is too high. And that'll be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there. Wells will get underneath it. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error, and 2 left on for the Red Sox. After 4, it's Blue Jays 5, Red Sox 2. We go to the top of the 5th. It's going to be David Eckstein, Scott Rowland, and Vernon Wells due up for the Blue Jays. David Eckstein is 1 for 2 today with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. On the pitch. And that'll be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? 1-6. Column 1, row 6. Double star 3. And that's going to be a ground ball to Peoria. Peoria will make the catch, throw it over to Yorkills. And that'll put 1 away. Scott Rowland 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored. Rowland 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1-19, that is an 11. And Rowland will walk. And he'll draw the walk. And he'll trot on down to first. That is the 4th walk allowed by John Lester in today's game. Vernon Wells 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Strategy roll is a 12. The infield's at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-3. Column 2, row 3. That is a double question mark. Single on a 1-10. The 20 is too high. And that'll be a 3-6. Column 3, row 6. Split result off of the batter card. Now, split results off the batter card work the same way as a split result off of the pitcher card. You're going to look at the pitcher card and see if the pitcher is left or right-handed. John is a left-handed pitcher, so we're going to look to the left-handed side of the slash, and that'll be a base hit past Laurie. And with that, Rowland will get on with a single. So runners on first and second with 1 out. Strategy roll is an 8. John can face 3 more batters before he is considered tired. Aaron Hill, with a walk and a run scored in his last time up. Strategy roll is an 8. He's going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-26. That is a 20, and that'll load the bases up. So with that, Hill will load the bases, and that'll bring up Lyle Overbay. Overbay is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy roll is a 10, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-5, column 1, row 5, strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 9. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. Sharon Stewart, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 9. Blue Jays are going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-15. That is a 2, and that's going to walk in a run. So they'll trot around the bases, and that'll bring in a run. Rowan will score. It's 6-2. Bullpen for the Red Sox warming up, and they're going to let Lester stay out there on the mound. They do need 1 more out. Adam Lynn is 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Strategy roll 14, and the pitch. And the tired ratings do come into play now. 4-2, column 4, row 2, double star. Now, double star off of the pitcher card. If you're playing the physical cards and dice game, you're going to take 1d6, roll it against the double star line. In the PC game, which we'll play in here, it'll randomly choose it. And with that, it's going to be a ground ball to second base. Peoria will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and and the Blue Jays will leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Jed Laurie, Coco Crisp, and Dustin Peoria due up for the Red Sox. Jed Laurie, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1-15, the 2 is in range, and that'll be good for a walk. So Laurie will trot on down to first. The infield going to stay at normal depth. We go to the top of the order, Coco Crisp, who is 1 for 2. Strategy roll is an 11. Red Sox going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-14. The 4 is in range, and that'll be good for a walk. So he'll walk the first 2 batters. And strategy roll is a 19 with a bunt rating of a 4, 17-19. That's going to be a sac play. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And it's a successful range play by Lyle Overbay. Successful squeeze play attempt. Only play is on batter at first. So it's a successful sac bunt. And that'll be 1 away. And that'll move the runners up to second and third. David Ortiz, Big Papi, is 0 for 2 today. Strategy roll is a 10. Red Sox are going to stand pat. Infield normal depth, 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, double star 1. Ground ball to Overbay. He'll make the catch. Are they going to try to score? No, they are not. They are not going to score. They're not going to try to score, and that'll put 2 away. Manny Ramirez, 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Strategy roll 17. Red Sox are going to stand pat, and here's the pitch. And that'll be a 2-3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a strikeout. On a 1-13, the 19 is too high. And with that, it'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a single out there into left field. 1 run will score. Chris puts a third. Does he come around to score? Let's see. On balls hit to S7, he'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 0. No adjustment on a 0. The die roll is a 3. Base run rating is a 5. He will score. And Boston cuts the lead down to 2. It's a 2-run RBI single by Manny Ramirez. And here's Kevin Yorkos. Yorkos is 1 for 2 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll 14. Red Sox are going to stand pat. And the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 11 is in range. Struck him out. So 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on after 5. It's Blue Jays 6, Red Sox 4. We go to the top of the 6. It's going to be Greg Zahn, Alex Rios, and David Eckstein due up for the Blue Jays. And with that, John Lester is done. So we have a new pitcher on the mound for Boston. And with that, Mike Timlin is going to get the call up here. Timlin will come into the game with a 7.42 ERA. He's got no wins and 2 losses, 1 save. He's pitched 9 2/3 of an inning, allowed 12 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for John Lester, he went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, and ERA of a 5.40. Greg Zahn is 0 for 1 with an RBI, and here is the pitch. It's Zahn, Rios, and Eckstein, so 9-1-2 due up for the Blue Jays. 3-3, column 3, row 3, at the ballpark. So we're going to go to Fenway Park, and that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Power hit to Chris. On a 1-2, it's a single. 3-8 double. 9, it's a triple. 10-15, it's a home run. It's a 9. It's a 3-base hit. So with that, Greg Zahn leads off with a triple. Chris goes to follow it. It zooms around the wall. Ramirez will come over, helps Chris pick it. Chris gets the ball, throws it to Laurie, and Zahn will go to third standing up. We go to the top of the order. It's Alex Rios, who's 1 for 3 with a double, a strikeout, and a run. Strategy roll is a 3. The Blue Jays are going to stand pat. No outs. Runner on third. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-14. The 13 is in range. And that'll be good for a walk. And that'll put runners on the corners. David Eckstein is up. He's 1 for 3 today with a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is an 8. Blue Jays are going to stand pat. 2-5, column 2, row 5, range play at the ballpark. So it's going to be a range play off the ballpark card. And that'll be a double. It's a 2-2. It's a double out there into left field. Ramirez's range is on a 1-3. It's a 4. Ramirez can't make the play. And with that, Zahn will score. It's an RBI double by David Eckstein. Ramirez will get it. Rios will go to third. The stop sign goes up, and he will hold. Strategy roll is a 1. And let's see, Rios, that'll make it a 17. They are going to send him for the steal. It's a 3, and Rios will steal home. And with that, Rios steals home Before even the pitch, Scott Rowland is 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a run. And here is the pitch. It's 8-4 Blue Jays. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, double star. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. Lowell will make the play there. And with that, the out will be at first. Eckstein will hold on runners will advance and balls hit to the shortstop or pitcher if the BR of the runner beats 1D6 roll. That is a 4. The base run rating is a 2. And that is the first out of the inning. Vernon Wells, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Strategy roll is a 9. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 7 is too high. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Line drive down the third baseline to Lau. Lau will make the catch. And the runner is doubled up, and that's good for a double play. And with that, 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and none left on, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Mike Lau, J.D. Drew, and Jason Vertek due up for the Red Sox. Mike Lau, 0 for 2. And with that, Roy Halladay, he can face 6 more batters before he is considered tired. Halladay, 0 for 2, and here is the Lau, 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Line drive to Rowan. His range is a 4. It's a 2. Rowan makes the catch, throws it across the horn to Overbay. And that'll be out number 1. Rowan is 3 for 4 on his range plays. J.D. Drew, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Drew, 6-3, column 6, row 3, range play at the ballpark. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. And that'll be it's a ground ball to Overbay. Overbay's range is on a 1-5. That is a 3. Overbay makes the play. He'll catch it, runs it back to the base. Out number 2, and that'll be 2 up, 2 down. Overbay is 10 for 11 on his range plays. Jason Vertek is 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Home run chance on a 1-3. That is a 1, an 8 or less. And that is a 5, and that's going to be a solo home run by Jason Vertek. And that ball's going down the right field line. Rios goes back to chase it, but that ball is into the bullpen. It's out of here. It's a solo home run by Jason Vertek. And with that, the Red Sox cut the lead down to 3. And that is his 3rd home run of the replay. It's 8-5. Jed Laurie is up. Laurie is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. Possible error on a throw. 2 outs, nobody on. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1, double star 2. And that's going to be a ground ball to Hill. Error range for Hill is on a 1. That is a 9. No error there. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 6, it's Blue Jays 8, Red Sox 5. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Aaron Hill, Lyle Overbay, and Sharon Stewart due up for the Blue Jays. Mike Timlin done. Tim Lynn tired, not going to go back out there on the mound. And they are going to bring in... They're going to bring in David. Actually, they're going to bring in Justin... actually, no. They're going to bring in David Awazmada. David will come into the game with a 5.42 ERA. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 8 1/3 of an inning, allowed 12 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Taking a look at the stats here from Mike Tinlin, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, an ERA of an 8.42. Hill, Overbay, and Stewart due up for the Blue Jays. Hill with a walk and a run. 2 walks and a run scored. And that'll be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1. That is a walk. On a 1-9, the 10 is too high. 6-1, column 6, row 1. And that's going to be a base hit down the third baseline, pass low. And with that, Hill will get on with a base hit. Lyle Overbay is 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run. Strategy roll is a 16, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. That'll be a ground ball down to Peoria. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 4. The ball skips off his glove. Hill will go to second, but he will advance from first to third on a 3-6. That is a 3. And with that, we have runners on the corners. No outs. Runners on the corners. Sharon Stewart is up. Infield is at double play depth. Stewart is 0 for 1 today with a walk, 2 walks, a strikeout, and an RBI. Strategy rolls a 16, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Pop up. Down the third baseline, Lowe will get underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Strategy roll is a 20. It's a pickoff attempt. Anytime a 20 comes up on the strategy roll, it is a pickoff attempt. However, David doesn't pick anyone off, but we'll still show the number. It's a 5. Infield still at double play depth. Adam Lind is up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. 6-1, column 6, row 1, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park for this play, and that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a double out there into left field. And with that, Lynn will get on with a double. Overbay will go to third. It's an RBI double. Hill will score. It's 9-5 Blue Jays. Overbay holds, so runners on second and third, and that's going to bring up Greg Zahn. Zahn is 1 for 2 today with a triple, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1-17, that is a 3, and that'll be good for a walk. And with that, the bases are loaded, and David is now tired. We go to the top of the order. Bullpen for the Red Sox starting to warm up. They're going to give him at least 1 more batter. Alex Rios is 1 for 3 today with a double, a walk, a strikeout, and 2 runs. And here is the pitch, and that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-14. The 13 is in range, and they're going to walk in another run. That's the second time in this game that the Red Sox have walked in a run. It's 10-5. David Eckstein is up. And they're going to keep David out there on the mound for one more batter. Eckstein is 2 for 4 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a strikeout plus. Now, on a strikeout plus, we add 10 to the strikeout range. Nothing from Fenway Park, so it's a flat 10. That's a 1-16. That is a 9. Struck him out. Struck him out looking, and you can mark that one down as a backwards K. 2 away. Bases are loaded, and here comes Scott Rowland. He's 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. The pitch. David staying out there. And that'll be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's a strikeout. On a 1-19, the 17 is in range. Struck him out. And Sing, take me out to the ball game. Two runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and the Blue Jays will leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and it's the top of the order for the Red Sox. Coco Crisp, Dustin Peoria, and David Ortiz due up. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 had been played here at Fenway Park. Toronto came out swinging in the first inning. They scored 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the 4th, a run in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th, 2 runs in the 7th, 10 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. The Red Sox scored 2 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 5th, a run in the 6th. It's 5 runs on 6 hits and no errors. So 17 hits committed by both teams. And with that, Roy Halladay not going to stay out there on the mound. They are going to pull him. So Toronto does have a new pitcher on the mound to start the 7th inning. And with that, they're going to bring in Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp will get the call up to start the 7th inning here. He'll come into the game with a 1.34 ERA. No wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 2/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Roy Halladay. He went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs, an ERA of a 4.73. So it is 1, 2, and 3 due up in the lineup for the Red Sox. Coco Crisp, 1 for 2 today with a walk and a run, and here is the pitch. Sean Kemp can go 4 batters before he is considered tired here. And that'll be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2, double, question mark, single at a 1-16, the 4 in range. And with that, Coco Crisp with a base hit to lead up to start off the bottom of the 7th.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
And that's going to bring up Dustin Peoria, 0 for 2 today, and here is the pitch. Red Sox down by 5. 2-2, column 2, row 2, that is a blank. And that'll be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. Ground ball to Eckstein. He'll make the catch. Let's take a look here for double plays. On balls hit to the shortstop. Or with a right-handed batter, the pivot will be the second baseman. So that is going to be Hill. Nothing from Hill. Ground double play rating from Sean, nothing. Infield at normal depth. The strategy roll, the ground double play rating base is a 3. That is a 2. It's a double play. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And they turn the double play, and that's going to bring up Big Poppy David Ortiz, who is 0 for 3 today. And here is the pitch. Ortiz, 5-5, column 5, row 5, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park for this play, and that's going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a single out there in the left field. Lynn's range is on a 1-2. It's a 6. Lynn can't make the play. And with that, the die roll is a 4, so Ortiz will hold with a single. The rule says if the roll is higher than the ABR, the batter holds with a single. And if we had any other base runners on, they would have advanced 2 bases. So 2 outs, runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off. And the reason and how do we know that they're turned off? Well, we take the difference in the score. It's a 5-run game. We take that, add it to the inning we're in. So 5 plus 7 is 12. If the number you get when you add the difference to the inning, if it's greater than 10, you do not roll for strategy until you can bring that number down to 10 or less. Manny Ramirez is 2 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs. 2 outs, runner on first, infield at normal depth, and that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, double question mark, double star and a 1-4. The 11 is too high. Outside of the range, and that'll be a 5-4, 3-4, column 3, row 4, double star 2. It's going to be a ground ball down the third baseline to Rowan. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Red Sox. After 7, it's Blue Jays 10, Red Sox 5. Go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Vernon Wells, Aaron Hill, and Lyle Overbay due up for the Blue Jays. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for Boston. And that is going to be Craig Henson. Craig is going to get the call up here. He comes into the game with a 5.05 ERA. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 10 2/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for David, he went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 6.78. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Blue Jays. It's the heart of the lineup. Vernon Wells is 2 for 4 with two RBIs. Drew coming out. They are going to make 1 change to their defense, and that is going to be in right field. And with that, they are going to bring in Jacoby Ellsbury will take over in right field. That is the only change they are making to the defense. Vernon Wells, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, double question mark, double star, and a 1-17. That is a 2, and that is going to be a ground ball down the third baseline to Lowe. He'll make the catch, throw it over to York Hills. And that'll be out number 1. Aaron Hill is 1 for 2 with a 2 walks and 2 runs, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Fly ball out there into right field. Ellsbury will go back, make the catch. And that puts 2 away. Lyle Overbay, 2 for 4 with a strikeout and 2 runs. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Home run chance on a 1-10. The 15 is too high. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. double star 3, and that's going to be a fly ball back out there into right field. Ellsbury with the catch. And that will retire the side. So the Red Sox retired the Blue Jays in order. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be Kevin Yorkills, Mike Lowe, and Jacoby Ellsbury due up for the Red Sox. New pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays as we start the bottom half of the 8th inning here. Sean Kemp done. And they are going to bring in Brandon League. Brandon League is going to come into this game. He comes in the game with a 10.21 ERA. No wins, 2 losses. He's pitched 9 and 2/3 innings, allowed 12 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Kevin Yorkills is 0 for 3 with a home run, 2 strikeouts, a run, and 2 RBIs. He'll make his way up into the batter's box as he does that. Let's take a look at the stats here for Sean Kemp. Kemp went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, an ERA of a 1.17. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Red Sox. Kevin Yorkills, and here's the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a wild pitch. No runners on, so we're just going to roll for the batter. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Wells. Wells will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Mike Laurie. Laurie is 0 for 3. Laurie going to take the hit here. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. And that is going to be at the ballpark. We're going to go to Fenway Park. And that's going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. Now, a blank off of the ballpark card is a rare play. So let's see what the rare play is. And it's a foul tip off to the catcher. Injury check for Greg Zahn. He is injured and will miss game. So Greg Zahn for the Blue Jays is injured. And I will make a note of that. Okay. And that is noted on my DL on the injury report. So we do need a new catcher. And with that, they are going to bring in Rob Rajeris. Rajeris will come into the game. Wait. All right, Mike Lau, 0 for 3. We're going to have to re-roll that. So that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is going to be a walk plus for Mike Lau. Remember, we had 10, we had 14. That's going to be a 1 to 23. The 11 is in range. And that'll be good for a walk. Jacoby Ellsbury is batting he's batting a 253. Runner on first, 1 out. Infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. They're going to keep Lau on, and that is going to be a 2-5, column 2. Row 5, that is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Fly ball back there to Rios. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Jason Vertek up. Vertek is 1 for 3 with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Wild pitch on a 1 to 10. It's a wild pitch. 11 to 12. It's a passed ball. It's a 1. It's a wild pitch.
Just a bit outside.
And with that, Lau will go to second. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Base hit out there in the right field. Lau goes to third, and the stop sign goes up, and we've got runners on the corners. Jed Laurie is 0 for 2. Laurie going to take the hit here. And that'll be a 4-6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a strikeout. On a 1-15, the 4 is in range. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 8, it's Blue Jays 10, Red Sox 5. We go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be Sharon Stewart, Adam Lynn, and Rob Bojeris due up for the Blue Jays. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Fenway Park. The Blue Jays scored 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the fourth, a run in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 10 runs on 11 hits with 2 errors. The Red Sox scored 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the fifth, a run in the sixth, 5 runs on 9 hits. And with that, Craig Henson is going to stay out there. Craig Henson is going to come out of the game. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Red Sox, and that is going to be Manny. Manny is going to come out onto the mound. He comes out with an ERA of a 10.29. ERA, no wins and 2 losses, 2 saves, 7 innings pitched, allowed 14 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Manny, for Craig Hansen, he went 1 inning, an ERA of a 4.62. 7, 8, and 9 due up in the lineup for the Blue Jays. It's Sharon Stewart, who is 0 for 2 with 2 walks, a strikeout, and an RBI. And Stewart going to take the hit. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a walk on a 1-21 to 16, and that'll be good for a walk. So, Stewart will trot on down to first. Adam Lynn, 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, 2 RBIs. Lynn going to take the hit. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5 at the ballpark. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Ramirez. He'll make the catch. Puts 1 away. Rob Bojeris. Has an average of, comes into the game with a batting average of a 237. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. Strikeout plus on a 1-20. The 13 is in range. Struck him out. And with that, we go to the top of the order. Alex Rios. Rios, 1 for 3 today with a double, 2 walks, a strikeout, 2 runs, an RBI, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Strikeout on a 1-9. The 15 is too high. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Power hit into left field to Ramirez. On a 1-3, it's a single. 4-6 double. 7-14, it's a triple. It's an 8, it's a triple. And it's a 3-base, and it's an RBI triple by Alex Rios. The Blue Jays taking a 6-run lead. And David Eckstein is up. He's 2 for 5 today with a double, a strikeout, a run, 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. Fly ball back there to Ramirez. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 3. Ramirez will make the play. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And it's the top of the order for the Red Sox. Coco Crisp, Dustin Peoria, and David Ortiz due up. The Red Sox down by 6. So they need 6 runs to tie, 7 to win. And remember, no lead is safe here in inside pitch. So with that, they are going to bring in B.J. Ryan. Ryan gets the call up here. He'll come into the game with a 4.03 ERA. No wins, no losses, 3 saves. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Brandon League, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 9.25. Coco Crisp, 2 for 3 with a walk and a run, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a double star. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Wells. Wells going back to the wall. Makes the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Dustin Peoria. Peoria is 0 for 3. Peoria going to take the hit here. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a double to Lynn. So Peoria will get on with a double. 1 out. What? So runner on second, and that's going to bring up Big Poppy. Poppy is 1 for 4 today, and he is going to take the hit, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. And that's going to be a fly ball back there to Rios. His error range is a 1. It's a 19, no error there. He'll make the catch. And runner attempts to advance and is thrown out at third. And it's a fly out with runners on second and less than 2 outs. And with that, Rios will attempt with a -2 on a 1-5. All runners hold. That is a 6. He's thrown out, and that's the ball game. And the Toronto Blue Jays defeat the Boston Red Sox of a final score of 11-5. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Final line score coming right up. So the Toronto Blue Jays defeat the Boston Red Sox 10-5. It's 11 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors committed by the Blue Jays. The Red Sox 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Roy Halladay will pick up his 4th save, and John Lester will pick up his 3rd loss. Jason Verdict hits his 3rd home run of the replay, and Kevin Yorkills hits his 5th home run of the replay. Let's take a look at the stats here. Roy Halladay picks up the win. He'll go to 4 wins and 2 losses. He went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs, an ERA of a 4.73. B.J. Ryan went 1 inning. He gave up 1 hit, an ERA of a 3.51. John Lester, he goes 3-3, 3 wins, 3 losses. 5 innings pitched, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, an ERA of a 5.40. And Manny, the Claremont, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 10.13. So with that, the Toronto Blue Jays will improve to 13-14, and the Boston Red Sox will drop to 13-50. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos and the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.